Yeah. Bro, where's the videos? They were telling us that videos are going to come out, incredibly high-profile people doing horrendous things, evil things. People are going to go to jail. People are going to be shocked.
Yeah.
Where?
Right.
Nothing.
There are moments in celebrity culture that feel bigger than entertainment. Moments that make people stop scrolling, turn up the volume, and ask themselves one question. How does someone with so much power always seem to escape the worst consequences? That's exactly what happened when music mogul Sean Combs walked away from one of the most explosive trials in recent celebrity history, with what many people considered a shockingly light prison sentence. Social media exploded instantly. Some people were relieved, others were furious, but nobody reacted louder than Joe Rogan. During a fiery episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan didn't hold back. He questioned the fairness of the sentence, called out the influence of celebrity culture, and openly wondered whether fame and money had once again changed the rules of justice.
Like all this Diddy shit that's coming out. Like,
I was just going to say, doesn't that sound topical?
Jesus Christ. The first day of the trial, did you pay attention to any of that stuff? I looked at it for like 10 minutes this morning and I was like, I gotta stop. I can't look at this.
To understand the weight of Rogan's accusation.
And the internet? It went completely insane because this wasn't just another celebrity scandal anymore. This had become a conversation about privilege, corruption, influence, and the uncomfortable reality that powerful people often seem protected in ways ordinary people are not. But here's the twist nobody expected. The deeper people looked into the situation, the more complicated the story became. Some believed Diddy manipulated the system. Others argued the court simply followed the law based on the charges he was actually convicted of. Still, one thing became impossible to ignore. The public no longer trusted what they were seeing. And now, Joe Rogan's comments have reignited one of the biggest debates in entertainment and criminal justice all over again.
Horrific accusations, though, involving young singers, like children.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's insane.
He makes R. Kelly look like a decent guy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It is crazy. And meanwhile, the guy was like hanging out with Oprah, hanging out with Obama.
Jay-Z, everyone.
Everybody.
I'm sure the Clintons were there at some point.
Maybe Bill.
To understand why Rogan became so emotional about the situation, you first have to understand how huge this case really was. For decades, Sean Combs wasn't just another celebrity. He was a symbol of success. He built an empire from almost nothing and transformed himself into one of the most recognizable names in music, fashion, business, and television. From the outside looking in, Diddy represented luxury, power, and ambition. He was constantly surrounded by celebrities, expensive parties, private jets, and headlines that made his life look untouchable. But behind all the fame, rumors had followed him for years. Stories about controlling behavior, stories about intimidation, stories about people being afraid to speak publicly. For a long time, many of those whispers stayed hidden behind NDAs, expensive lawyers, and Hollywood connections.
So many powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Oh, yeah.
Trials. Wild.
Then, everything changed. When lawsuits and accusations started surfacing publicly, people suddenly began looking at Diddy differently. The image of the confident businessman slowly turned into the image of a man surrounded by controversy. The allegations were serious and disturbing. Claims involving abuse, coercion, manipulation, and trafficking dominated headlines for months. Every new court document seemed more shocking than the last. And what made the situation even bigger was the emotional response from the public. Some former fans felt betrayed. Others said they had suspected something was wrong for years. Meanwhile, loyal supporters insisted Diddy was being targeted because of his celebrity status and influence. The internet became divided almost overnight.
What do you think?
Well, Diddy's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. I think he's probably going to get
Think he's
hit up.
insane though?
I don't know. I don't even think it matters. I mean, it's a lot of it is.
But then it's just another Epstein.
there's
It's
murder
another Ghislaine
cases.
Maxwell,
But
where
there's
somebody gets
murder
indicted and
cases.
nobody else indicted for trafficking kids to
Right.
no one.
To no one.
Then came the federal trial. News cameras surrounded the courthouse daily. Every witness testimony became breaking news. Every courtroom detail spread across TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and podcasts within minutes. People weren't just casually following the story anymore. They were emotionally invested in it. And honestly, part of the reason this case became so massive was because it touched a nerve people already had about powerful men in entertainment. For years, audiences have watched celebrities survive scandals that would completely destroy ordinary people. So when Diddy faced federal charges, many believed this was finally the moment accountability would happen. But what nobody expected was how divided the outcome would leave everyone feeling. After weeks of testimony and legal arguments, Diddy avoided convictions on the most severe charges. Instead, he was convicted on lesser federal offenses connected to transportation for prostitution under the Mann Act. Even though he still faced prison time, many believed the outcome could have been far worse. Then, the sentencing arrived. Prosecutors reportedly pushed for a much harsher punishment, arguing that Diddy's influence and behavior justified significant prison time. The defense team fought aggressively for leniency, portraying him as a flawed but misunderstood public figure who had already lost his reputation, business opportunities, and public image. And when the judge finally handed down the sentence, the reaction was immediate. People were stunned. Social media users began calling the punishment celebrity justice. Critics argued ordinary defendants would never receive such consideration. Supporters claimed the court simply followed sentencing guidelines and legal standards. But what nobody expected was for Joe Rogan to jump directly into the firestorm. During his podcast discussion, Rogan sounded genuinely frustrated. He questioned how someone connected to so many allegations could walk away without the kind of punishment prosecutors originally sought. He repeatedly brought up the idea that wealth changes outcomes in America. At one point, Rogan reportedly suggested that powerful people often have access to advantages regular citizens could never imagine: better attorneys, better connections, better media control, better influence behind closed doors. And while he stopped short of making direct factual accusations without evidence, his tone made one thing very clear: he did not trust the situation. That single conversation instantly exploded online. Clips from the podcast spread everywhere. YouTube creators reacted within hours. TikTok users stitched the clips into heated debates. Some people praised Rogan for saying what many were already thinking. Others accused him of fueling conspiracy theories without proof. But here's where things became even more dramatic. As Rogan's comments spread, old footage and stories involving Diddy started resurfacing again. People revisited interviews where celebrities appeared uncomfortable around him. Former industry insiders began speaking online about the culture of fear they believed existed around powerful entertainment executives. Suddenly, the conversation was no longer just about a prison sentence. It became about Hollywood itself, about power, about silence, about how long money can protect someone before the truth finally catches up. And according to many viewers, Rogan tapped into that frustration perfectly. Because whether people agreed with him or not, he voiced something millions already felt deep down: the system doesn't always feel equal. But what nobody expected was the backlash Rogan himself would receive. Critics immediately accused him of irresponsibly feeding public paranoia. Legal analysts pointed out that sentencing decisions are based on technical guidelines, convictions, criminal history, and federal procedures, not simply public outrage. Others reminded audiences that Diddy had not been convicted on the most severe allegations, which significantly changed the possible sentencing range. And honestly, that's where the situation became messy. Because emotionally, many people felt unsatisfied. They looked at the accusations, the lawsuits, the disturbing testimony, and the years of rumors, and they expected a punishment that reflected all of it. But legally, courts can only sentence based on proven convictions, not internet opinion. That difference created a massive emotional disconnect online, and Rogan's commentary poured gasoline on it. What also made the podcast conversation so intense was Rogan's focus on celebrity privilege itself. He argued that famous people often spend years building relationships with politicians, executives, lawyers, media companies, and powerful social circles. According to Rogan, those networks can quietly shape outcomes in ways average people never see. Now, to be clear, Rogan did not present hard evidence proving corruption in Diddy's sentencing, but he repeatedly questioned whether influence alone changes how justice operates. And honestly, that question hit people hard because many viewers already distrust powerful institutions. That's why the clips spread so quickly. People weren't just reacting to Diddy anymore, they were reacting to years of frustration. Frustration over wealthy celebrities surviving scandals. Frustration over different standards for famous people. Frustration over watching public figures rebuild careers while ordinary people struggle for second chances. And through all of this, Diddy himself remained mostly silent publicly. That silence only added more mystery to the situation. Some people interpreted it as strategic legal advice, others viewed it as arrogance. Meanwhile, supporters argued he had every right to avoid public chaos while navigating federal prison sentencing and appeals. But here's the part that truly changed public perception. The emotional divide surrounding the case began affecting how people viewed celebrity culture overall. Fans started questioning how many other stories remain hidden behind money and influence. Former interviews suddenly looked different. Old party footage suddenly felt darker. Even celebrities associated with Diddy began receiving questions online from fans demanding answers. And in many ways, that's exactly why this story became bigger than one man. It exposed how deeply audiences distrust fame itself now. People no longer automatically believe carefully crafted celebrity images. They question everything, every apology, every interview, every PR statement. And honestly, Rogan understood that emotional climate perfectly. His podcast wasn't really just about Diddy anymore. It became a symbol of public anger toward elite protection. But while the internet focused on conspiracy theories and heated debates, there was another side to this story people often ignored: the emotional damage left behind by years of allegations, lawsuits, and public humiliation. Because regardless of where people stand on the verdict, this case destroyed lives. Families were dragged into headlines daily. Children saw their father's name connected to disturbing accusations non-stop across social media. Former relationships became public courtroom discussions. Careers collapsed overnight. Even people close to Diddy reportedly struggled emotionally watching the situation unfold publicly. And for alleged victims connected to the accusations, the sentencing reportedly reopened painful emotional wounds. Some critics argued the punishment minimized their experiences. Others said the legal outcome proved how difficult it is to fully prosecute powerful individuals. Meanwhile, supporters of Diddy claimed he had already lost almost everything: business partnerships, respect, reputation, friendships, and the public image he spent decades building. That emotional complexity is what made this situation so explosive. There was no outcome capable of satisfying everyone. Some people wanted harsher accountability. Others believed the public had already convicted him long before the legal process ended. And somewhere in the middle sat a deeply divided audience, trying to figure out what justice even means when celebrity power enters the courtroom. What nobody expected was how much this case would permanently damage trust between celebrities and the public. Years ago, fame alone could protect someone from criticism. Today, it almost attracts more suspicion. People now assume there are hidden stories behind perfect images, and honestly, cases like this are exactly why. The moment Joe Rogan questioned Diddy's sentence, he tapped directly into that growing distrust, not because he presented undeniable proof, but because millions of people already felt emotionally prepared to believe the system might favor someone rich and connected. That's the uncomfortable truth hiding underneath this entire controversy. In the end, maybe the biggest issue isn't whether Diddy received special treatment or not. Maybe the bigger issue is that so many people instantly believed it was possible. That alone says something powerful about the current state of public trust. Because once people stop believing institutions are fair, every verdict becomes controversial, every sentence becomes suspicious, every celebrity becomes a possible symbol of corruption. And right now, Diddy sits directly at the center of that storm. As for Joe Rogan, his comments ensured this debate is far from over. Some viewers see him as fearless for speaking openly about uncomfortable possibilities. Others believe he crossed a dangerous line by fueling speculation without evidence. But whether people agree with him or not, one thing is undeniable. His words reopened wounds this trial never truly healed. And now the public is left with questions nobody seems able to answer completely. Was Diddy's sentence truly fair under the law? Did celebrity status influence public perception more than the courtroom itself? Or does this entire situation reveal something much deeper about how America views fame, justice, and power? For now, nobody knows where the conversation will go next, but one thing feels certain: this story is nowhere near finished.